I never thought I'd be coming back to this, but I would spend some of this video dealing with the subject of saved by baptism and one of his friends on the subject of the Trinity. I highly doubt they'll be listening or interested in truth when watching this video, so let us read it, shall we? For there is one God and one mediator between God and men, the man Christ Jesus. Now, a point I want to make very clear is that Trinitarians do not claim that Jesus is the Father. The Trinitarian claim is that there is one God who exists as three distinct eternal persons. Three persons, one being. That is what exists. We do not claim that Jesus is the Father. And of course, Nephesh tried to make the claim that somehow the Council of Nicaea, I honestly don't know what he was trying to say. It seems to be saying something along the, well, whatever it is, he didn't provide a source. And to be honest, I wouldn't expect him to. When it comes to the subject of 1 Timothy 2:5, it is not denying that Jesus is God. What is being said is that Jesus himself is simply the mediator between God and men. The Trinity is not even relevant to the point of the text in the first place. All the text emphasizes is that Jesus was truly a man and did not merely have the appearance of a man. Go on also and read into chapter 3 in 1 Timothy 3:14-16, where it says the following, quote, "Although I hope to come to you soon, I am writing you these instructions so that if I'm delayed, you will know how people ought to conduct themselves in God's household, which is the Church of the living God, the pillar and the foundation of the truth. Beyond all question, the mystery from which true godliness springs is great. He appeared in the flesh, was vindicated by angels, was seen by angels, and was preached among the nations, was believed on in the world, was taken up in glory." Unquote. 1 Timothy 3:16 presupposes the pre-human existence of Christ. What's the point of saying, "He who is manifest in the flesh," if the Son is not God? The earliest manuscripts that we have say "he who" rather than God, but this wouldn't be a detriment to my position at all. Also, Jesus being distinct in personhood to the Father, being a distinct person from the Father himself, is not a refutation against the Trinity. Modalism, however, teaches that Jesus is the Father, not biblical Trinitarianism. Also, with respect to the word Trinity being in the Bible, no one ever claims that the word Trinity is in the Bible. The word Trinity doesn't have to appear in the Bible. The word is the same with the word incarnation not appearing in the Bible. The word exegete doesn't appear in the Bible either. But does that mean that these are unbiblical terms? No. The Trinity, the word, may not be in the Bible, but the concept certainly is. And as saved by baptism and his friend Nephesh should be aware, as they should be no doubt aware, I have written articles on the Trinity. And if they want to dismiss and if Nephesh wants to dismiss the website as simply evil and not go to it, then that's his problem. It doesn't address the arguments that I have raised in favor of the Trinity, or that others have raised in favor of the Trinity. The point is, 1 Timothy 2:5 does not refute the Trinity, because our claim is not that Jesus is the same person as the Father. Our claim is Jesus is God, but he is not the Father. Big difference. And Jesus being a mediator wouldn't refute his deity, or vice versa, something that saved by baptism and Nephesh refused to accept. Also, the Trinity never came from the Catholic Church, nor did it come from the Council of Nicaea. That's also another lie. Nicaea did not invent the Trinity. It was convened to deal with the subject of Arianism as one of the many topics. Inspiring Philosophy has done a video on this and demonstrates this fact. Feel free to take a look at the video for yourself. And he goes into detail about the various things that they dealt with at the Council of Nicaea. They dealt with the heresy of Arianism, they dealt with the subject of Gnosticism, and they dealt with other issues. They never, at one stage, even said that the Trinity should be invented, or even suggested, oh, you know what? Let's say there are 3 persons or one God, and put that into the Bible. That's not what they did. They were affirming Trinitarianism as being biblical. They were not inventing it. Nicaea itself dealt with Arius' heresy quite effectively, but this didn't stop the Arians from trying to wipe out Trinitarians because of the Arians being given preeminence over the Trinitarians by Constantine, by the way, which most Unitarians conveniently fail to mention. The Arians, though fewer in number, had greater power, with Constantine even being baptized by Eusebius of Nicomedia, an Arian, by the way, not to be confused with Eusebius of Caesarea, who himself was present at Nicaea. Inspiring Philosophy speaks more on this issue in depth in the video, which I'll be happy to post to so you guys can take a look at it. And also, again, to Saved by Baptism and nephesh, you may have been dotted in other rooms. However, I was trying to answer your objection honestly in the room. You dotted me and wouldn't let me finish. So kindly extend that courtesy. And I barely even open my room these days, and I don't allow you to in my room because you're troublemakers. And to be honest, after this dialogue, I wish never to waste time with you ever again. I'll certainly be happy to refute you, but I certainly will not be dialoguing with you because you're both impossible to speak to. So, anyway. Thanks for watching.
Addendum, with the exception of Matthew 28:19 and 2 Corinthians 13:14, Trinitarians do not claim that there is one verse in the Bible that says one God in 3 persons. The claim of the Trinitarians is that exegetically, the Old Testament and the New Testament collectively show that there is one God in 3 persons. By the context of the passages, you still have the context of the Old and the New Testament demonstrating the Trinity.